Hello friends, we are continuing with our English language lesson. It's all about the present participles or gerund of English language verbs. We normally have questions to ask about how we use the English language for verbs in the present progressive or present participle. And sometimes people do confuse the present participle forms of the verbs because they change according to their nature. It's generally people do confuse how to use the present participles of English language verbs, and with that reason, we are coming up with a very nice lesson for you to learn to adopt the English language present participle principles so that when you are spelling up your words in writing, so that you will be careful to write them correctly. In this lesson, I expect to know or to understand a lot about the present participle and how you can structure them in a sentence. Welcome to the second lesson, to the second part of this lesson. That is, it's all about the present participle. For those who do not know the meaning of present participle, the present participle is a verb from the verb form that ends with ing. So the verbs that end with ing, like coming, eating, dressing, speaking, running, those are the present participles of the verb. And therefore, some English users, especially the second learners of English language, basically in African countries, we face challenges how to spell words with the ing form. So welcome to this lesson, and for the Tanzanian Form 1 students, the primary school students or pupils, welcome for the lesson so they can adopt how to use the present progressive or present participle of the verbs. So the verb with ing is what we are going to deal with in this lesson, the present participle of the verb. The present participle of the verb can be used in progressive tenses. We can say they are used in the past progressive, present progressive, future progressive, like the past continuous tense, present continuous tense, and the future continuous tense. We say, I am eating. Eating is the gerund form or the present participle form of the verb eat. We can say, I was eating. So eating remains to be the same in the past, and it will be used in the future. We say, I will be eating. That is also the use of the present participle form of the verb. So the verbs that end with ing are called the present participles, and this lesson is going to exhaust much the principles for the present participles. Let's come and look at next part. Something that we need to remember is the present tense, also known as the present continuous tenses, express ongoing or in progress actions or states at a specific time in the past, present, or future. As I said, we can talk about the present progressive, like I'm eating. We can say I was eating, the past progressive, and we can say I will be eating in the future progressive. Now, let us have a look at the progressive forms of the English verbs. How is the present participle formed in English language? We are now going to talk about particularities, how specifically the verbs are changed to form the present participle in English language. The general principle for the English verbs is that the present participle is generally formed by adding the suffix ing to the infinitive form of the verb. When we speak about the infinitive form of the verbs, we are basically speaking about the verbs that end up with ing, like speaking, swimming. So the infinitive form speak, swim, and the other infinitive forms of verbs in English language are like eat, run, go, come. Those are infinitive form of the verbs which have no addition of any elements. And when we speak about suffix, we are speaking about something which is attached on the base of the or infinitive form of the verb, like speaks. That s is a suffix. Speaking, ing, is a suffix in the word speak. So Suffix is something that we attach after the base form of the verb or infinitive form of the verb. Now let us have a look of the principle and examples of the verb that have been attached with the suffix ing to form the present participles. We have talk. When we add ing with the word talk, we'll have talking, spy, spying, speak, speaking, and the other verb like read, reading. This ing to the word reading is making it present participle. Even in the word speak, so we have speaking or speaking, which is added, speaking, which has ing form. You also have spying, which has ing, and talking with the inclusion of the ing form of the verb. We speak about this form which is added here, making it present participle, present progressive. The ings, they are making the base form of the verb to be the present participles. Present participles. So in this lesson, we are going to exhaust much the principles for the formation of ing from the verbs, and this is the first, that we normally add ing to the base form of the verbs in order to make the present participle. The base forms for the verbs in this part are this one. We have talk, spy, speak, and read. And this in the middle, ing, is what we call it suffix, the suffix. So the ing forms as suffixes are added to the base root or infinitive of the word to form the present participles. Now let us have a look of the other principles because of the following part. In spite of that we add ing to the base form of the verbs to form the present participles, there are some distinctive peculiarities about spelling which need to be taken into account when forming the present participle of the verbs. Compare the formation of the present participles in the following slides or parts. One, which is the second from the addition of ing principle, is that if the verb ends in e, if you have a verb like move, drop the e. Therefore, we needed to drop the sound e in order to form the present participle. But don't forget to add ing. So what we do is omission of the e sound, then we add ing. We make addition of ing. Let's have an example or check examples. We have take, move, and write, the three verbs. These are verbs and they are infinitive form of the verbs. So we are saying if the verbs end with e sound, here we have the e sound here at the end. The same here, we have the e sound. With the word write, we have the e sound, orator. We need to drop it. The principle says drop the e. So therefore, we are going to drop them. That's like we are going to cancel these. Then we add ing to form the present participles. So we have taking, moving, and writing as the present participle of the verbs like take, move, and write. The reason is these verbs end up with e sound. So therefore, we take out or we remove or omit the e sound, we add ing to form the present participles. But let us have another principle. The concept we need to remember is that if there is a double e at the end of the verb stays. What we mean is if we have two E's, double E, at the end of the verb, like these verbs here, we have see, agree, free, and see. What we do here is we retain, or these E's are going to remain, but we are going to add ing. Like we can form the verbs like seeing, agreeing, freeing, overseeing. So it's the matter of addition of ing to form the present participle for the verbs that end up with double E in English language. So remember this. It is like we don't drop that E in the final because we have a string or double E's, different from the word like move, which has a single E, and therefore it has to retain, to drop the E to add ing to make the present participle. But with this, we mean we have exception with the words which, or the verbs which end up with double E, we add just ing. Let's have a look of the second or the third principle. If the verb ends in IE, if the verbs end with ing, IE, we have this one, the verb which end with IE. What we do? We replace the IE with Y. So in place of IE, we use Y. This is what is supposed to be done. We use Y. Then we add ing. Let's have an example of the verbs like tie, which end up with IE, tie, which end up with IE, lie, which end up with IE. So what we do is we remain with the letter D because it's only the sound which is remaining, T which is remaining, D, T, and L which are remaining because the verb end up with IE, like the sound at the final. Then D, T, Y, then we add the Y sound. The Y sound which is replacing the IE sound, followed by the final ing to form the present participle. So we have the verbs like dying, tying, and rying. So these verbs, tying, dying, rying, are the verbs that are formed after the omission of the IE, replacing them with the Y, then we add ing. Let's have a look of the next part. If the verb ends with a stressed vowel plus consonant, the consonant is doubled. What we mean here is that some sounds are stressed. A stressed syllable, a stressed sound is that which is louder than the other sound in a word. For example, if we have the word like run, run, run. So we hear the N sound at the end with this R sound. Run. So run, is stressed. This is a stressed word. So we have it as this word with a single syllable. So the principle is, if we have the verbs that end with stress the vowel and assess the consonant at the end, the consonant is doubled. That means we add another consonant sound. We add another consonant sound. For example, we have the word feet, feet, eat. We have eat at the end, so it is stressed altogether. Feet. So we double the T sound. We make the addition of another T sound. Like here, we added another N sound to make feeding and running. So if you have the words which end up with a stressed consonant and vowel, then you double the consonant and the consonant to make the present participle. Prefer, prefer. The second one is fur, fur, far. So the stressed sound is here at the end. Prefer, 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 which is pronounced with the wrong time here is not pre, no, it is far, because we take much time saying far. The prefer, prefer, prefer. We don't say prefer. We don't say prefer, prefer. No, we say prefer, prefer. Therefore, this is the stressed part of the word. Therefore, if this is the case, we are going to double the R sound to form preferring, preferring, preferring with the addition of ing. Sit, sitting, swim, swim, swimming. So we add another M with the ing to form swimming. That is what we do with the stressed D vowel and consonant at the end of the sound of the word. Let's have a look of this. We have this one. This is the point to remember. Vowels or the verbs whose last syllable is not stressed are not subject to the doubling of the consonant. If you have the verb which is having the syllable, the last syllable, not stressed, not emphasized, not the target of the pronunciation in the word, therefore, we don't double the consonant sound. Let us have a look of these few words. We have now, now, now. We don't pronounce it now, now. So this sound here at the end is not stressed, like barrel, barrel, barrel. It's not stressed. This one is not even mentioned. Blow, blow. It's not mentioned. Render, 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 render. Not render. No, we say render. So this is not stressed. Re is pronounced louder. V is bro. We say better. This stressed. Nar. And we have open. Open. This is stressed. Oh, is stressed, not pen. Open. Open. We don't say open. This, if we could say open, then the emphasis could be here with the word pen. But in reality, the word open, the stressed syllable is o. So because the final sounds in these words are not stressed, the final sound like pen, der, are not stressed. Therefore, we cannot double the consonants in spelling. What we do is we add ing, like knowing, borrowing, drawing, rendering, open, opening, opening. So we form the present participle with these unstressed final sounds words by adding ing without doubling the consonant before them. Let's have a look of the next part. We need to remember that the stressed syllable can be doubled only if we have double. If we have we can double the consonant only if we have the stressed syllable at the end. After a double vowel, the consonant is not doubled either. After a double vowel, this is a second exception with doubling of the consonant. The consonant. After the double vowel, A, E, I, O, U. If you have those vowels before the final sound, if you have double, you will not double the consonant. For example, here we have double vowels: E, A, O, I, A, E, E, A. We don't double the final sound if we have double vowels. This L sound, of course, it is a consonant. It is a consonant, but it will not be doubled because we have two vowels before it. We don't double it, whether it is stressed or not, but we don't double it because it is coming after the double vowels. We have hearing, which has a single L with the addition of ing, because before this L sound, we have double vowels. The same happened to the word boiling, which has the double vowels. Then we add ing. Sailing, the same, we add ing. Concealing. So we add ing. We don't add double consonant here because this is coming after the double vowels. Again, let's have a look at the next part. This is the last principle. Verbs that have an IC. I'm saying for the verbs which end up with IC sound at the end, get an addition of K. So what we do is we add a K sound or letter, actually a K sound, a K letter to make present participle. We just insert it soon after C sound or IC sound. So for example, we have the word panic. Panic, it is ending up with IC. Mimic, ending up with IC. So what we do with the present participle with these verbs is just adding the K sound after IC, K sound after IC with the addition of another ing form to form the present participle, which are panic to panicking, mimic to mimicking. So these are the ways we can use to make the present participle for the verbs that end up with IC when we are writing or when we are doing our writing in a systematic way. Okay, let's have exercise. This is the exercise you have to do in order to check if you can do them exactly. We have write the present participle of the following verbs: girl, fly, spy, absorb, draw, stop, open. Miss, study, sing, buy. We have fly, lie, fail, live. Can you try to write the present participle of these verbs and check according to the principles we have studied? If you have any challenge with these verbs, you can leave a comment down there so that we can check or find a way, or I can do something to help you. I can rewrite dialect here at the bottom. So the answers for this for our question are going for go, frying for fry, spying for spy, absorb absorbing, draw drawing, stop stopping, open opening. With the verb miss missing, study studying, sing singing, buy buying, fly flying, lie lying, fail failing, and live living. Those were the answers for the question, and therefore you can try to revise your notes, the principles for the present participle, so that you can master them and you cannot continue misspelling the words. Thank you. Have a nice time. This is the end for today. In the coming lesson, we are going to discuss on how to use the present participles in sentences in English language. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that when I drop up another video, you can be the first to get notification. Thank you.